Dear students and all viewers, welcome to the channel English Literature and Linguistics, a channel for literature lovers. The current video is the first video of a series of videos about literary theory and literary criticism. In this video, we will try to define literary theory and its uses in literature. Without wasting your time, let's be straight to our topic. Stay with me, please. Before defining literary theory, first we see what is literary criticism. So let's define it. Literary criticism is a complex topic, and I will make a separate video of discussing it with full detail, inshallah. In this video, I just gave a simple definition of literary criticism. Etymologically, the word criticism is derived from Greek word krites, means judgment. That is, literary criticism in literature is the way of judging a literary text, to examine its merits and defects, to evaluate its significance of creativity. Criticism is a complex procedure because critics vary in their attitude, intellectuality, perception, partialities, and personal taste. Criticism is generally carried out using a set of principles and tools called literary theory. In other words, literary theory is the method to practice criticism. Now let's define what is literary theory. I have collected some definition of literary theory from the internet as well as from some books about literary theory and criticism. The first one here is literary theory is the systematic study of the nature of literature and of the methods for literary analysis. The other definition is literary theory is a description of the underlying principles, one might say, the tools by which we attempt to understand literature. Vance Witten has given the definition of literary theory in these words. Literary theory refers to a critical theory or a theory and now going to a transformation into cultural theory through the discipline of literary studies. In addition, it can be understood as a set of concepts and intellectual assumptions on which rests the work of explaining or interpreting literary text. Furthermore, Witten also emphasizes that literary theory refers to any principles come from internal analysis of literary text or from external knowledge that can be applied in multiple interpretive situations. Let's look at another definition, and this definition has been taken from the online Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy. According to this definition, literary theory within the discipline of literary studies can be understood as the set of concepts and intellectual assumption on which rests the work of explaining or interpreting literary text. I think this definition is a part of the definition given by Vance Witten. The other definition I have selected here is from the online encyclopedia, the Oxford Encyclopedia of Literary Theory. The link has been given in the description. Literary theory is the practice of theoretical, methodological, and sociological reflection that accompanies the reading and interpretation of literary text. It investigates the conceptual foundations of textual scholarship, the dynamics of textuality, the relation between literary and other texts, and the categories and social condition to which our engagement with text is organized. If the study of literary text produces a kind of knowledge, it asks what kind of knowledge that is and on what ground its claim to authority and distinctiveness might be based. I hope you have some idea from the given definitions that I discussed or stated here. Further, we are going to see what a literary theory do in literature. So please stay with me. Literary theory is used in literature to study the form and structure and the use of literary devices in a given literary work. A literary theory frames the relationship between the author and his or her work. It enables a broad appreciation of global literature. Literary theory provides a new perspective to better understand literature. Literary theory allows students to take a more active role in their own literary interpretation. Under the lens of literary theory, we study the sociological and cultural background of the text and class system and exploitation. Also, we study social and moral injustice under the specific lenses of a literary theory. Literary theory interprets the hidden meaning of the text. Apart from these given functions, a literary theory may have more than these, and they depend on the context in which you study a given literary work. Following are some of the very famous literary theories used in the criticism. Number 1, formalism. Number 2, Marxism. Number 3, psychoanalysis. Number 4, structuralism. Number 5, post-structuralism and deconstructionism. Number 6, modernism and postmodernism. Number 7, new historicism. Number 8, existentialism. Number 9, reader response criticism. Number 10, eco-criticism. Number 11, post-colonialism. Number 12, feminism. There may be more literary theories, and dear student, I will make a separate video about each of these literary theories in the near future, inshallah. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. See you in the next video. Bye.